I'm off. Oh, I've got that video Rebecca wanted. Only cost a £5 from that bloke down the market.
Great. It's not even out yet. She'll love it.
I know. See you later.
See you.
Take care.
Bye now. You okay, honey?
How do? And welcome to this indefensible guide to the complex art of fishing. Now, was it not the great philosopher Harry Ramsden who once said to me, "Bung a rod in me hand and I'm as happy as a pig in muck"? Well, for me, that says it all. Because fishing satisfies so many human instincts. It allows us to be as one with our surroundings, to commune with Mother Nature. Flaming Nora. Now, where was I? Oh, aye, Mother Nature. Indeed, out here in the countryside, we can see some of her finest works. Nearly. You'd think they'd use a doggy bag, wouldn't you? More importantly, however, fishing allows us to satisfy our primal needs to hunt. It brings to the surface some of the most basic instincts known to man. To track, to find, and to catch the most elusive of prey. Follow me. Okay. They must have moved the lake. Ever since man first rose from the primordial swamp, he has sought to feed himself on the mighty fish. The beautiful bream, the majestic mackerel, the gorgeous gudgeon, and the poached salmon. What better way to honour these aquatic creatures than by shoving a hook in their mouth and bunging them under a grill? Now, to help me unravel the mysteries of fishing, I've assembled some of the country's most talented anglers. Let's meet them now. First, a man who's come all the way from no fixed abode, my old pal Geronimo. He's our coarse fishing expert. Or as I prefer to call him, the fisherman's nit. I said he were coarse. Now, without further delay, let's go via our high satellite link to the Highlands of Scotland and meet Jimmy McJimmy, who's going to guide us through the maze that is game fishing. Jimmy, can you hear me?
Who said that? Who was that?
It's me, Jimmy, Wilf. Wilf Bumworthy.
Oh, I see you, Wilf. So you said you never got us going to do is to be here, so I was crying, and a thrunge, and a thrackle to the reapers. I was going to be
Oh, aye, right. Well, we'll be coming to you later for some tips on how to catch salmon.
Aye, that's right, see, but the biggest tip is this. Is not to get caught yourself.
Now, to explain all about deep-sea fishing, I'll be handing over to Captain Jonah Whale, the salty old sea dog. who is currently fishing for marlin off the coast of Florida. That's America, you know. Are you there, Captain Jonah?
Oh, I'm singing and fishing and on the sea. And I be here, all right. And what a day I be having.
Really? Well, tell me, have you had a tug on the end of your rod?
No, not for years. Well, that's how it goes when you spend months alone at sea. The loneliness of a long-distance sailor. Just you, the mighty ocean, and the seagulls. Perfect.
So, anything on the horizon, Captain?
Well, there's a woman in Falmouth who might do a bit, you know.
Here, you, when are you going to let my little girls have a go?
You shut the trap, woman. I've still got 20p left in this ride. So you'll see, dog. Jonah is me. Fishing, gone fishing, I'm fishing the sea.
Well, we'll be all at sea again with Captain Jonah very soon. Now, this programme isn't just about fishing. It covers the whole gamut of the sport. Up at the house is our resident style expert, Noel Coward.
Hello, my darlings. I'll be satiating your every fishy whim with my bon mot ditties and tips from the top. I call it Coward's Way. See you soon. In fact, I'll sing tunes again unless I'm in the loo again.
And I, distinguished psychiatrist Dr. Heinz von Meatball, will be talking to you from this magnificent library about the psychology of fish and fishing. Personally, I can't stand the way their mouths open and close in that stupid way. Still, that's fisherman for you. Believe me, you'll never catch me fishing. Unless you use a very big hook. In front of the cameras. This is my milkman. 2 pints, Fred. Time to get down to business. Let's take a look at what you're going to need for a successful day's course fishing. First off, the right clothes. Now, as you know, the weather can change, so always carry your waterproofs. A local supplier can supply you with a pullover, an apron and a waistcoat. Waders, stool, nets and a brolly. And of course, your tackle. Oh, and not forgetting your cap. Hello and welcome to Cooper's Catch. Chicken. Oh, this one. This chicken doesn't look right, does it? Mind you, it didn't look left either as I got knocked down. Do you know, I went fishing all last summer and I never caught a thing. So I was telling my friend and he said you should try using a net. So next time I went, I took a net. And do you know what? She didn't catch anything either. A net. She's not with me today. This prawn's bad. You naughty little prawn. That reminds me. I was in a restaurant last week and I was having my meal. There was a prawn cocktail, but there was no prawns in it. So I called the waiter over and I said, there's no prawns in this prawn cocktail. And you know what he said? There's no horse in a horseradish. I didn't like that, man. I haven't been since. I was in a cafe the other day. This is funny. And they were serving what you call his football dinners. I said to the manager, what's his football dinners? And he said, well, if you're having chicken and you're a Liverpool supporter, you can have the left wing. If you're an Everton supporter, you can have the right wing. He said, who do you support? I said, Arsenal, but I'm not. That's funny. I thought this was about fishing. Hey? What? Right. Now, once you've got all the gear, you've still got to find the best spot on the river or the lake. And to do this, you've got to know your fish and their habits. First, decide which type of fish you want to catch. I know what fish I'm going to catch. Chub. Sole. Eel. And if I use my hanky for bait, I can catch a cold. Here's a quick impression. The racing driver. Schumacher. Very funny, that. But the truth is, Angulas, it's only when you've selected your fish and picked out the right stretch of water that you can even think about getting your tackle out. You know, so where's that fish fishermen are continually going on about their tackle is a very worrying syndrome. Oh, yeah. It's just like the furniture salesman talking about his three-piece suite, or the chef boasting about his meat on 2 veg. Oh, sure, they'll say it's only business, but I know what they mean. It's rude, it's disgusting. At the very least, they should come to my consulting rooms for some expensive therapy. Then we can have it out in the open. I mean, we can expose it. I mean, we can get to the bottom of things. Forget it. Just take a cold shower.
Right, well, now that our course fisherman has chosen the place he wants to fish, it's time for him to select and assemble the rod and line he's going to use for his first cast of the day. Talk us through it, will you, Geronimo?
Yeah, well, I learnt this technique from a book called Course Fishing by J.R. Hartley. And the book says to use a high-tech carbon fibre rod with a 3.62 kilogram line, a big-bodied waggler locked in by 4 triple ace eggs, a number 18 forged duke, and an earthworm bait. I think.
Hey, that sounds like a good book.
Oh, yeah, it is, yeah. I've got it in the yellow pages. Right, now then, before you cast, right, always take a good butcher's behind you, because it's very easy to have someone's eye out. Well, I say easy, last time it took me 6 goes. Right, now carp live right out in the middle of the lake, so you've got to give it some welly, right? Here goes then, up to 3. 1. 1. 1. A, B, C. Where's my rod gone? I've got a rod. I've got lots of rods. Here's one. Rod Stewart. Lost a lot of weight, hasn't he? He had to cancel his last concert, you know. His voice got better. Oh, yeah. Give us a song, Rod. Wake up, Maggie, I
Right, well, while Geronimo sets about retrieving his rod from the middle of the lake, let's head north of the border and see how Jimmy McJimmy's getting on. Hello, Jimmy.
That's all right, he's gone.
So, what are you going to be showing us, Jimmy?
Oh, right, well, I'm going to be showing you the various ways of catching a salmon. Aye, it's all very educational. See, these tricks were taught to me by my father, and his father, and his father's father, and his father's father's father, and his father's 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 father. And I can't go any farther than that. Oh, just remembered. I'm sad, I'm grieving now. See, my old dear father's no longer with us. Oh, well, that's life. Still, with probation, he could be out by Easter. See, my father was a ghoulie to a nobleman.
Don't you mean Gilly?
Not with his kilt, no. I'm a bit of a ghoulie too. You could say we're a pair of ghoulies.
But they are even obsessed in Scotland. Next thing, so we're doing the talk about the Trossachs.
I've been on my own since my father was grabbed by the Trossachs.
I told you.
One of the cleverest things he taught me was how to catch salmon by using a fly. Now, obviously, I haven't got a fly on my kilt. So I'll need one especially. Now, as you know, all fishermen have got their favourite flies, and they've all got names. Aye, there's the Greenwell Glory, the pheasant-tailed nymph, and my favourite, the white chomper. Here's one I made earlier. He's called Rambo. I've made quite a few of these. In fact, I've made up to Rambo 5. Now, you're probably wondering how I'm going to catch a salmon by using this. You just watch this technique. Away, Rambo. Away, seek. See that? Rambo's got a fish. Aye. Come on, drop it, now, boy. Give it to me. Of course, taking it off him's a different matter. Rambo, you pull that fish. Give one with the heat.
Ah, hello, my darlings. How are you enjoying the show so far? Absolutely ripping?
Please allow me to throw you a line and deliver a tip from the toff, if you'll excuse the fishy metaphor. You see, all this sloshing about on the riverbanks seems so terribly, terribly tedious when one can easily pop into Fortnum and Mason's and place an order. In fact, I've written a little rhyme to illustrate my point. I'm afraid I could never agree to catch fish in a lake or the sea. My primary urging's for beluga, sturgeon, yes, caviar, darlings, for me. I'll sing tunes again unless I've caught the flu again. Thank you, Noel. I tell you, he's got style. Right, well, now that Geronimo's got his rod all sorted out, we can move on to the knotty question of which bait to use. Well, for carp, there's a wide choice. There's earthworms, bread paste, green peas. That's green peas, by the way, not green peas. The last thing you want is a bunch of long-haired hippies coming at you in a rubber dinghy trying to cut your lines. There's cheese paste, wasp grubs, and my personal favourite, maggots. Hang about. This is pot noodle. Who's got my maggots? Hey, cut that out. I use the ideal bait. I've got worms. So I went to the doctor's, but he said there was nothing he could do. This is my favourite. I call him Spearmint Gum, because he's all wriggly. Wriggly. Somebody once told me, if you cut a worm in half, it grows again. I said, not if you cut it lengthways. That's funny. Why'd you? If you cut a worm in half, you get two for the price of one. I like that. Where's my scissors?
What? It's the right bait? Oh, yeah. You must always choose the right bait. Personally, I go for jail bait. No, I don't. No, that was a joke. Where was I? Oh, bait. Yeah. Now, you have to find the thing that stimulates the fish. Oh, yeah. You can't expect to get salmon with cheese. No. Everyone knows it's salmon and cucumber. Yeah. With cheese, you get cod. Sometimes it comes with parsley sauce, which is very nice. But always remember, the fish is a remarkable creature. Do you know it can swim from the day it is born? Yeah. Can you do that? And they're very intelligent. All right, so you don't see them on Mastermind. That's probably because they would shrivel up and die under the studio lights. Yeah. Anyway, if they got through, what would their specialist subject be? Eh? Pond wheat and the plankton? Oh, yes, fish have a very highly developed sense of taste. Some of the snappiest dresses I've ever seen. And well off, you bet they are. They must have money. They're always eating out. Yeah?
I knows all about bait, I does. I knows what you need when catching plaice. I knows what you need when catching mackerel. I knows what you need when catching crabs. Well, that's another story.
You've been at the sea too long. You should get out more. Pervert.
Oh, I'm going for the big one. The most dangerous fish on the face of the planet. 30 foot of aquatic peril. Will you cut that out? I'm trying to tell him about hunting the great white shark. Now, this creature's going to take some catching. You can't go offering it maggots or lugworm, no. You got to entice it by using real meat. You attract it by leaving a trail of chum. And the chum I'll be using today is Trevor. Trevor's always been a chum. That is, up until last Thursday, when I had a curry for my lunch and the wind came up a bit sharpish.
So I came home early and instead of catching fish, I caught Trevor here with my missus. Now Trevor has kindly volunteered to act as bait for the shark. Oh, I know you have, and we're all grateful. I'd like to think that Trevor would like to go like this. What's that? You worried about your dandruff? Oh, never mind that. Why, in a couple of hours they'll find your head and shoulders on the beach. Oh, look how keen he is. Can't wait to get at him. What happens is this. I dump Trevor over the side here. And when I hear a scream, I know I've got a bite. Or to be more accurate, Trevor knows he's got a bite. Oh, Trevor. Stop complaining now. You're getting this for nothing. Anyone would think it was costing an arm and a leg.
You don't have to tell me about sharks. I know all about them. A friend of mine once fell into shark-infested waters. I watched as those terrible creatures closed in on him. Closer and closer as they came. And just as they were about to devour him, he called out, "For God's sake, I'm an estate agent!" And miraculously, as they all turned and swam away, I put it down to professional etiquette, you know.
Well, back here on the lake, we're about to stick a nice succulent worm onto the hook. Isn't that right, Geronimo? Oh, that's me. Well, while Geronimo sorts out his fish finger, I'll explain the rudiments of ground baiting. This is a valuable technique designed to bring the fish to your hook. What you do is cast your bread onto the waters. You roll the old overs into small balls and chuck it into the spot where you're going to cast your line, like so. See that? Just as good as it's always been.
I don't use ground bait, no. I use iron filings. What you do see is like this. You throw the iron filings on the water, like that. Or maybe like that. Or a bit like that. See? And Bob's your uncle. Well, actually, he's my uncle, but any relative will do in this trip. All you do now is whisper the magic words, ho, fire, iron, fire. And you have to run up like that. Oh! Hey, presto. Look at that. Fatal attraction.
Oh, dear. That's not fishing. Ignore him, ladies and gentlemen. No, you see, spreading your ground bait is an art. It has to be done with finesse. Now, if the fish you're after live out in the middle of the lake, then you're going to need some special equipment to deliver your ground bait. Watch now as Geronimo delivers it with accuracy and finds the precise range. Not the army range, the range on the lake.
That reminds me, I must get a tank for my goldfish. Here it is. Look at that. 18 cat. What do you think? Let's ask the Duke of Wellington. What do you think, Duke? That's funny. Oh, really? Well, that's a feather in his cap. Oh, dear. That's handy. I can make myself a sandwich. Lobster. This is funny. I was in a restaurant last week, and I ordered lobster when it came, and it smelled terrible. Smelled terrible. I called the waiter and I said, "This lobster's off." And do you know what he said? He said, "You matter." That lobster walked out of the sea this morning, up the beach, across the promenade, and into my kitchen. I said, "Well, take it back. It must have stepped in something." That's funny, isn't it?
That reminds me, I must cut my toenails. Hello, my darlings. I've just had a tinkle in the music room. Just to pass the time, you understand. And whilst I was there, I started examining my literary bent. And do you know, my dears, there are simply oodles of books and plays that have been inspired by the sport of fishing. Take a look at these wonderful masterpieces. Whiting for Godot, Midsummer Night's Dream, Halibut, Prince of Denmark, Catcher in the Fly, Agatha Christie's Miss Marple, Flounder the Baskervilles, Mein Kampf, and of course, Satanic Perches by Salmon Rushdie. Speaking of salmon, I feel a visit to the Highlands creeping on. I'll sing tunes again, a little honk, Hallelujah can. Hiya there, James. I am here, you big southern Jessie. Now, you're probably wondering where my rod has gone. Well, personally, I blame this cold water.
Here he goes again with the dirty jokes. You cut that out.
The truth is, I'm practicing one of the oldest fishing techniques known to man. I'm tickling for trout. Now, this involves reaching down into the water like so. And then you place your hands under the wee fishes. And you gently caress their wee bellies. Oh, they love it, they do. I first learned this technique when I was caught in the wife. Maybe she was a trout. You gently caress the wee bellies like so. Oh, it takes timing, patience, and incredible reflexes. Because you see, just as they're dozing off, you heave them out the water onto the bank. Hey, oh, you naughty wee fishes. Don't you go looking at my kilt. That's no a worm, you know. Oh, what's this? Oh, I think I got a little tickler. Oh, you tickler. Oh, gently caress him so. Oh, I'm gonna get the other wee moment. Heave him. I'm taking a leaf out of Jimmy's book and I'm going to try a little bit of trout tickling myself. And I hope I have better luck than he does. Let me think now. Have a little tickle. And oh! Hey, I'll do a little tickle. I think I've got something. Here she comes. What my young friend is looking for here are the most indispensable lures for coarse fishing. I refer to spinners and spoons. Come on, Geronimo, show us how to use the spoons. A friend of mine swallowed a spoon and he hasn't stirred since.
This sort of confusion is very common, especially with stupid people like him. This is how you use a spoon? Eggs are cowards. They never hit back. Nurse! Breakfast in bed. Not only 5 minutes to start without me. This is how you use the spinner. See how the light catches its surfaces? It twinkles and shines in the water. And it mesmerizes those poor, simple-minded creatures. As they look at it, their poor, inadequate brains are hypnotically drawn towards it as it moves backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards. Good night, Mummy.
Look at that, lemonade. First aid. Herring aid. I can hear the sea. Now, Geronimo's got his line all set up and he's going to show us how to cast. It's very simple, really. You just swing the rod back over your shoulder and whip the spinner out as far as you can. Here he goes. I don't know. Right, let's go and see how Captain Jonah's getting on in the good old US of A. Here I be on the boardwalk in good old Atlantic City. US of A. The boardwalk's an ideal place to show you how to show. Oi, will you shove off? You're making me look stupid. Now, I'm going to be showing you how to catch sea fish from up here. And the main thing about this is it doesn't need a float, which is good news because I'm skinned. All you need is a hook, a lugworm, and a very heavy weight, and then you cast it out as far as you can. Always watch the tip of your rod. Oh, I got beauty. Oh, this could be a dab. Or a turbot. Or a deck chair. Bit of professional advice. Always check the tide is in. Well, I'll go find a nice, quiet spot somewhere else. Right. Well, I've managed to find myself a nice quiet spot on the beach here. Oh, look at that. A killer whale. I bet it nearly killed him blowing it up. Now, I'm going to be casting, hoping to attract a bottom feeder.
Bottom feeder? You're trying to tell me that man is normal?
I'm hoping to leave these shores with a couple of beauties. Right, here goes. If I'm not mistaken, these pair of beauties won't be far away.
Do you mind?
Oh, looks like they've pulled. Well, just goes to show that in crowded situations like these, you've got to be really accurate with your casting. Now, this time, I'm going to guide the line between the Punch and Judy, the donkeys, taking care to miss the kid on the lilo. Bless his little cotton socks. It's a request. He knows very little about music, you know. He thinks a crotchet is something a tailor puts in a pair of trousers. It may surprise you to know that fish have inspired some of the world's greatest songwriters. But enough of me. Let's talk about my favourite tunes and tuners. Of all the songs that have paid tribute to our scaly friends, these are my favourites. There's a Place for Us. Those with the dace. Salmon Chanted Evening. Mullet Kintyre. God only knows. And of course, Breen Lover, sung by Kylie Minogue. But now, my lovers, back to my present anthology. It's entitled The World of Fish. I've done a song over the conga, some writing for the whiting, but I can't find a word to rhyme with pollock. Really? See what I mean about the crotchet? Chitty bye, my dears. See you young fishy people. Well, as you can see, I didn't have much luck with my trout tickling, so reluctantly I've returned to a more traditional way of fishing. But I'm no using any of those airy-fairy flies I mentioned earlier. No. I've got one of my own design. It's a multicoloured wee thing. Well, the poor wee fishes don't know what to make of it. No, that's why it's called a Jimmy Riddle. So, you wave your rod backwards and forwards like so that your Jimmy Riddle lands on the water. Backwards, forwards,
Has turned him on. It's no wonder his hair's raising. There's a current running up his leg. Still, it's his own fault. Oh, I don't know where I get him from. I don't really. Do you know that poacher standing in that lake? He's probably poached himself. Fun.
Well, much as it pains me to admit it, we're not having a great deal of luck today. But a good angler never gives in. So, if the fish won't come to us, we have to go to them. Which is why Geronimo is right out there in the middle of the lake. Well, he would be if he untied his boat. When he gets out to the middle of the lake, he's going to bait the pike.
He won't have any luck. No, because you see, pike like to lurk in the shadows. Bit like Hank Marvin.
Hey, up. What's he up to now? That's not baiting, that's batting. He's cheating. Where's the umpire?
Where's the umpire? It's next to the Odeon. Leicester Square.
He'll never catch out like that. Well, I'm stunned. So's the pike. Right, well, whilst he's unconscious, let's take a look at this dangerous predator. Look how sleek he is. Hey, the power in that tail. And its distinctive lower jaw. Those teeth are a miracle of design, you know. Angled back to allow food to enter, but not to escape. Once those jaws are caught, something it's there for good.
That's the first bite he's had all day. Ha ha! Listen, I've got to tell you. I saw the cigar commercial on the television once, and it was played by a brilliant actor. You don't see enough of him, really. I like him in a straight role. And what he did was he lowered a Desert Conner record into the water, and all the fish jumped out. Very funny. We could do a Desert Conner now, couldn't we? A bit like, take your pike. Take your pike. You did say yes then, didn't you? Is it dinner time already?
Right, now it's time to return our fish to the water. Geronimo, stop larking about. Put him back.
Gee up, Ned. Gee, come on, come on. Oh, what a dumb cuff he is. You see, he made the fatal error of underestimating his opponent. Yeah. The fish is far more intelligent than Geronimo. Come to think of it, the fluff in my navel is more intelligent than Geronimo. You know, people often ask me, Heinz, can fish see? But of course they can. You buy a big one, it'll see you through the week. Heinz, do fish smell? Boy, do they smell! Which is surprising considering the amount of time they spend in the water. Yeah. Time for your walkies.
Moving swiftly on, let's see if Jimmy has recovered.
Recovered nothing. Oh, I've never felt better. 40,000 volts up your kilt. I'm recharged. Anyway, back to the salmon. Now, I'm about to use the poacher's best friend. Guaranteed to bring results. Dynamite. Now, you can always get dynamite at any good demolition company. After midnight, that is. But you see, you don't want to attract attention. So to keep the noise down, I'm sticking my fingers in my ears. There's two good things about using dynamite. Firstly, you always get a big catch. And secondly, they come ready smoked.
I'm partial to a bit of smoked, I think. Well, welcome back to the lake. Just in time for a coarse fishing competition. Let's go and see how our anglers are faring up. Oh dear, he's not having much luck. Oh, heck, he's got a good catch. Must be 18 pound of fish in there. A couple of perch, a roach, 3 days, and 2 tench. Good catch. Here's a good little trick. You'll love this one. See, you get an ordinary glove like that. On the other hand, I've got 4 fingers and a thumb. What you do is you attach the glove to the hook, so it's hook, glove, glove, hook, glove. And then you cast it into the water. See? I've done this many times. In fact, it's a cast of thousands. I learnt this trick off my grandfather. Oh, I love my grandfather. Yes, I did. He did a lot for me, you know. When I was a little boy, I used to wet the bed. And my grandfather cured me. He bought me an electric blanket. Yeah. This was one of his little wrinkles. In fact, he had lots of little wrinkles, particularly after he died. Anyway, this is the trick. I call it glove at first bite. Oh, here we go. Look at that. I've got a handful. I've learned a lot doing this trick. I never knew fish had fingers. Well, so much for second and third place, but the winner, who landed 18 pound of fish, aye, a couple of perch, a roach, 3 dace and 2 tench, is Geronimo. Oh, what a turnip. I mean, turnip. But that's fishing for you. What better way to spend a spot of relaxation, or, if you're up to it, the tension of a good rattling contest? Either way, you can't beat the camaraderie of the riverbank.
Oi! I want a word with you.
Well, looks like he's had a late catch. Anyway, let's see how our other fishing experts are getting on.
Shame you weren't here a while ago. I caught a real beauty. She's gone home now. Told me to sling me hook. Fishing ain't been bad either. Earlier on, I caught one that big.
Most unusual. See, fishermen always exaggerate about the size of the catch and the ones that got away. But what's he boasting about? It's only 8 inches.
What are you talking about, you daft German sausage? That was the distance between his teeth. Fearsome it were. 18 feet. And that's most unusual, because they don't normally have feet. He lunged at me. I lunged at him, and there we were, having lunch together. We wrestled about in the briny. Then the taxidermist came along, and he shouted out, "It's no good killing that poor creature, or you'll never be able to stuff it." So, the fish let me go. Catch you later, me dears.
I've had a great day's fishing. And I've finally caught a fish I can take home to my wife. Smile there, smile for the wife. Oh, it's a bit high. One more.
After extensive study, I come to the conclusions that all fishermen are insane. Or is it just Parisian fishermen? Insane, get it? However, they do say that fish is good for the brain. In that case, only one fish is good for the brain. Fried fish.
I suspected that German chappie would flip his lid eventually. He's a bitter man. He's what you might call a sauerkraut. Anyway, before I bid you all a fond farewell, I've composed a brief but memorable little ditty which epitomises the debt we owe our aquatic chums. It's called Ode to Fish. Some go for chub or bubbit, others bream or tubbit as they fish the mighty rivers and the sea. Some think without a doubt that the best is the rainbow trout. But it's haddock and a bag of chips for me. I won't see you again, so chitty bye.
That's it, I've had enough. I'm going now. Before I go, I'm going to tell you a funny story. I've got to laugh, I know what's coming. There was a little boy Brill and a girl Brill, and they were very much in love, which was Brill, really. Anyway, one day they were swimming along the bottom of the sea, like that, a bit like that, and they did a bit of that, and a bit of that, then they floated like that. Then all of a sudden, without warning, this huge place came along and swallowed the girl Brill. Well, the boy Brill was very upset. He was very sad. Oh. Anyway, he thought, I'm going to rescue her. So he went up to the place and thumped him on the head. Oh, he didn't half give the place a nasty haddock. So before he came round, he prized open the place's mouth and he swam inside and he saw her. And he floated over to her. And he looked her straight in the face and he said, "What's a nice Brill like you doing in a place like that?" That's funny, isn't it? What's a nice Brill like, eh? What do you mean, get off? I like that, cheek. Thank you.
Well, that just about wraps things up. And I hope you've enjoyed the programme. Oh, and if you have managed to pick up any useful tips on fishing, it'll be a flaming miracle. Just one word of advice before I say cheery bye. When you come to throw the remainder of your ground bait onto the lake, make sure you haven't got your car keys in your hand. It's here somewhere. I'll be late home now. You'll have to put me dinner in the oven. Turn the camera off. We don't want the viewer watching this.
Cut! Cut!
Feel as bad as the others now. Well, Marge...